Hi everyone, welcome to Medicine YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to see about septic shock. Septic shock is a vasodilator shock wherein there is peripheral vasodilation causing hypotension which resists the vasopressors. Septic shock is generally a vasodilation shock. There is vasodilation of the blood vessels in the peripheral areas like legs and hands are seen. Vasodilation means increase in the blood vessels gets enlarged. It is known as vasodilation. Due to that, there is hypotension is seen and the resistance to the vasopressors. Generally, hypotension means decrease in blood pressure. Due to the vasodilation, there is decrease in blood pressure. Generally, what is BP means? The lateral pressure exerted by the blood is known as blood pressure. When the tube is narrow, there will be lateral pressure which is exerted by the blood. When there is vasodilation, the blood flows easily. There is no pressure at the lateral wall of the blood vessels, so blood pressure decreases, which causes hypotension. And this resistant to the vasopressors. This in septic shock it causes hypotension, so it is resistant to the vasopressor. Etiology. Etiology may be due to gram-positive organisms, gram-negative organisms, fungi, viruses as well as protozoal origin. These are the things which causes of the septic shock. Now we will see about the pathophysiology of the septic shock. Here the toxins and endotoxins from these organisms which I have said in the etiology like E. coli, Klebsiella, Pseudomonas and Proteases produces inflammation as well as cellular activation of the macrophage neutrophil monocyte. These cells are activated because these are the mediator of the inflammations. Due to this release of cytokine, the endothelial injury after coagulation cascade. There is release of cytokine, there is endothelial injury and alter in coagulation cascade. This septic shock is divided into two, which is reversible hydrodynamic warm stage of septic shock. This shock which causes fever, tachycardia and tachypnea. When there is severe circulatory failure with multiple organ dysfunction syndrome with disseminated intravascular coagulation, which stands for DIC. For this types of symptoms is seen in hydrodynamic irreversible cold stage septic shock. There are two types of shock which I have said. After there is inflammation and as well as activation of this macrophages neutrophils, there is release of cytokine and endothelial injury. From here there is two types of shock. One is warm shock, warm septic shock and versus cold septic shock. In warm septic shock, fever, tachycardia, tachypnea are seen. In cold septic shock, there is severe circulatory failure. The circulatory failure with multiple organs gets dysfunction with DIC, disseminated intravascular coagulation, the small blood vessels which gets clotted and there is no blood supply to the peripheral limbs and hands like that. Now we will see about the clinical feature of this septic shock. Based on the stage of septic shock, as I have said, there is two types of, one is hyperdynamic, which is a warm septic shock, as well as hypodynamic, which is a cold septic shock. In warm septic shock, I said that there is tachypnea, tachycardia as well as fever is seen. But this warm septic shock is reversible. But here the cold septic shock is irreversible. Here it is pyogenic response is lost. Here pyogenic is intact. The patient has fever, tachycardia and tachypnea in the warm shock. Here the process is anuria, cyanosis, which is bluish discoloration of the nails as well as the skin. Jaundice, there is increased level of bilirubin level. Cardiac depression, pulmonary edema and hypoxia, that is decreased amount of O2 supply in the blood. This leads to coma and death. These are the things which are seen in these are the clinical features which are seen in the cold septic shock. Now we will see about the treatment of the septic shock. Correction of fluid and electrolyte crystalloid blood transfusion is given. We should maintain the fluid level because due to the hypotension, we should maintain the fluid level. The crystalloid and blood transfusion is given. Appropriate antibiotic, which is third generation antibiotics given, which is cephalosporin and amyloglycoside is given. Monitoring the patient like pulse oximeter, cardiac status and urine output is monitored. Critical care of oxygen and ventilator support should be given. These are the treatment for the septic shock. That's all. Thank you. If you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. If you have any doubt on it, please do comment it. If you want more videos, please do subscribe my YouTube channel. If you want these notes, please do follow my Insta page. I will provide the Insta link in the description box. Please do follow that. For more notes, please DM the Insta. Thank you. Please do subscribe.